Welcome to Financial Focus, brought to you by GulfCoast Financial Services founder and CEO, John Kuykendall. John and his team of financial, legal, and tax professionals have been providing North Florida savers and investors sound, comprehensive financial guidance for over 30 years, helping you to achieve important life and planning goals. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more Financial Focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net.
And welcome into the program. This is Financial Focus, brought to you by the best of the best in financial services, as named by the readers of the Lake City Reporter, 8 straight years, and running the team from GulfCoast Financial Services, celebrating more than 31 years, serving proactive North Central Florida savers, investors, proactive planners. John Kuykendall here with us, founder, CEO, as always. And John, topic today where we are seeing the divorce rate among middle-aged couples increasing. In fact, there's a new name for this trend, gray divorce. The divorce rate among couples age 50 and over doubled between 1990 and 2010 and has increased even more since COVID. So 1/4 of people getting divorced now are over age 50. After a divorce, lifestyle tends to change and adjust. What do we need to know about that adjustment to lifestyle and the division of assets that happens if we are middle-aged or maybe even nearing or in retirement?
Well, Peter, the one thing is our income's going to change. In the case of women, it's about 45% of their drop in their income. And according to the statistics, men, it's about 21%. So certainly, two people, one house, with two incomes, can certainly live better than one person and one income. But we have to remember that income's going to drop. Social Security, you're going to have one check instead of two if you're on Social Security. But your lifestyle is going to change. You're not going to be able to have those wants as much as you did before, and you're going to have to basically take care of the needs. It's a sad situation that at a time when we're supposed to be enjoying our life the most and have all of our finances in order, that we end up with this large divorce rate among middle-aged people. But it's getting more and more common. People are finding, a lot of people, there's a huge adjustment when both spouses are home together. Mm-hmm. I mean, we find that among our clients as we talk to them. There's an adjustment to retirement, and there's an adjustment to getting old. I mean, things change when the kids leave home. There's nobody there. You're by yourself with just your spouse. So it's a whole different lifestyle, and we try to counsel our clients through that, especially retirement. I don't know how many people have told me that, they wish their husband or they wish their wife would find something to do and leave them alone because they're just spending way too much time together. That goes for like the husband who's rearranging the kitchen. We don't need to be doing that. Yeah. But it's a tremendous thing because, everything changes. One thing we need to do is after divorce is we need to make sure that our estate documents are in order. All of our beneficiaries should be changed, and that we should check and make sure that we have everything in order legally. Now, also, under Social Security, if I've been married 10 years or longer, I can file on my spouse's Social Security or get a spousal. And so we need to make sure that if we have the lower Social Security check, that we're getting the biggest check. So we need to check on that. What about health insurance? We need to consider health insurance. If you're on your spouse's health plan, you're going to have to either go on the exchange or go on Medicare. And so we help our clients with that and the people that come to us to make sure that they get the best health care. And like I said, you need to look at your retirement accounts and your 401ks and pension funds to make sure that you have changed beneficiaries, but also that they reflect your new lifestyle. Because you might have been more aggressive when you had two incomes, and maybe you need to be a little less aggressive now when you don't. But those are all part of the things that we have to look at. It's a sad situation, but something that a lot of people are addressing, and we're dealing with it here at Gulf Coast every day.
Well, I know that because the rate of divorce is increasing, this is an important topic to address from a financial perspective. Oftentimes, John, there is a ongoing obligation after a separation, after a divorce. And I know that sometimes life insurance is part of that court order and the quadro in order to make sure that any financial obligation is fulfilled in case something happens to one of the separating couple.
That's true. Well, I mean, we need to make sure that that settlement or that payment can be made in the event of death. And luckily, Peter, life insurance companies are writing insurance a lot older now, so people that are even 65, 70 can still get life insurance. So that is becoming more and more prevalent in these court orders that we have. So certainly something we need to work on. The main thing is that you need to adjust to the loss of income. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're going to have to change your lifestyle and you're going to have to change your spending habits. And that's why that income plan is so important, that we work through that and figure out the best way to restructure your assets so that you can get the most income and the most stable and predictable income for as long as you're retired.
I think that, John, it's kind of a natural thing and completely understandable that people want to try to maintain the same lifestyle after the divorce, but sometimes that's just not financially feasible and realistic.
Well, it's not, Peter. I mean, you take a couple living in a home, they've got a house payment or and utilities, but then all of a sudden we've got two payments and two utilities, and to rent a place is almost as expensive as buying one these days as far as the monthly outgo. So certainly you're not going to be able to live as well as you did. But what we need to do is make sure that you're living as well as we can afford, and make it as comfortable for you during this transition. It's also a big lifestyle change with friends and a commitment socially. So you have to adjust through that. It's a tremendous problem. In a lot of cases, you've spent your 30 or 40 years or 20 years with this one person, and you've built up all your relationships and what you do and your vacations with that one person. Now you're alone. It's certainly a psychological adjustment that you're going to be going through, and you need to be aware of that.
Well, if you'd like to make sure that the finances match up and that you understand what your financial future looks like, you need to have that plan in place. That financially focused written retirement income plan going to add a degree of confidence in understanding and to defining that lifestyle moving forward. And it's always a good time to get one together, but certainly if there's a life-changing circumstance that happens, such as divorce, unfortunately, being one of those. But important to have that plan in place. So pick up the phone, give GulfCoast Financial Services, John Kuykendall, a call. 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018 to get that financially focused written retirement income plan. John, not the cheeriest of topics, but an important one to discuss regardless because of the prevalence, because of the increasing statistics and showing that the numbers are increasing all the time. And we hope that people don't have to go through this, but when they do, you are there as a resource.
Well, that's right, Peter. We hope they don't have to, but if they do, we can help them get with their Medicare, Social Security, taxes, all that stuff. We can help them get it straightened out. And that's what we're here for.
Well, they are a resource, ladies and gentlemen, serving North Central Florida savers and investors for more than 31 years. Best of the best in financial services, 8 straight years and running. There's a reason for that. They put together that financially focused written retirement income plan for their clients. So pick up the phone, give them a call, 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. John, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Peter. Great to be here. Have a good week.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more financial focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature and not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes. John Kuykendall is registered with and securities are offered through Kovac Securities Inc., member FINRA SIPC, found online at www.kovacsecurities.com. Advisory services are offered through GulfCoast Financial Services Inc., a registered investment advisor in Florida. GulfCoast Financial Services Inc. is not affiliated with Kovac Securities Inc. or Kovac Advisors Inc. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All investing involves risk. Investment decisions should be based on your own goals, time horizon, and tolerance for risk. Due to various factors including changing market conditions and/or applicable laws, the content may no longer be reflective of current opinions or positions.